Hello everyone and welcome to this third chapter of our CCOInsights series. Today we have Jordi to show us how we can set up our infrastructure dashboard.
So let's start. We need to open the template we previously downloaded from the GitHub repo. And then we'll be asked to enter the tenant name, and we'll need to select which Azure type we are running the dashboard against. We select global and we sign in using our organizational credentials. The first pop-up, it will ask us the credentials for the management API. The second one, it will ask us for the credentials for the custom connector. And the third one, it will ask the credentials for the Graph API connection. In all the connections, we need to select the organizational account authentication method. Then, after connecting, the overview page will open. And here we can see all the highlights of our environment. We can filter by management group. We can filter by subscription. We can see the top 10 recommendations, the location of our resources, number of subscription owners, and the top 10 of the most attacked resources in our environment. If we want, we can use the text box to search for our management group or for our subscription. Then, if we continue on the advisor page, we can apply the same filters, and we also have filtering by categories. So if we select the different categories, you will see that all the visuals will be updated. If we select the cost, you will see the visual of the potential cost optimizations updated. We also have the current score of the Azure Advisor. Then, if we go to the Azure Security Center alerts, we can filter by management group, by subscription. We have a list of the top most attacked resources, and we can filter by category of the Azure Security Center alert. Then, if we want to expand the details, we can select the car, and we will have all the description we have available on the Azure portal. As you can see, we have a huge amount of alerts. Then, if we continue and we open the compute page, we can apply the same type of filters. We have the number of virtual machines, and if the log analytics is enabled, the operating system, the family SKU of the compute. And then if we continue on the Azure VNets and subnets page, again, we can apply the same filters. We'll have a view of which are the current virtual networks with the VNet peerings, the status of the VNet peerings, and the subnets of these virtual networks. As you can see, we can check if the gateway transit is enabled and if we are forwarding the traffic of our VNet peering. Then on the next page, we have the Azure functions. Here we can apply the same filters. We can see the SKU of our function apps, and we can see it in this distribution visual how these functions are distributed on the subscriptions. Then we can check if we have assigned managed identity or a service principal running this function app, and we can check also the location. One interesting thing of this page is that we can check which are the different inbound IP addresses and the outbound IP addresses. On this example, we selected one of the function apps, and we can see the list of the outbound IPs. Then if we continue and we go to the following page, we can see the network security groups. Here we can use the same filters as in the previous pages. We can also filter by virtual machine and by virtual network, and we can select which are the network security groups that are assigned on a network interface, on a virtual machine, or we can check the ones that are not assigned. Then, as you can see, we can check which are the source ports and the destination ports, and which are the rules we are applying using these network security groups. On the next page, we can check all the user-related information. We can see if the role assignment is by user or by group. We can check which are the different roles assigned to the users. And if we select one user, we can see where these users have access. Then, if we want to filter by custom role or built-in roles, we can just click on the visual and all the visuals will be updated. And the same, but for the service principals. Here we have a list of the service principals and the managed entities we have currently in our environment. And we can apply the same filters as in the previous pages. If we have a huge list of SPNs, we can also use the search box to search the service principal by name. The next page, you can see that the filters changed. Here we can filter by tenant and by subscription. This is important because we can check which are the quotas of the resources we have currently in our environment. And the last one is focusing on the orphan resources. We can check by tenant, subscription, or by tags, which are the resources not related with other resources. For example, if we have an orphan network interface, it will be listed here. Same for orphan disk if we are removing a virtual machine and we are missing the image disk, and same for public IPs. And that's all. But I think that maybe, Margarita, I will need to ask you a few questions about this dashboard. Sure. And the first question, it will be, is the custom connector required to run this dashboard?
Yes, so actually it is because of how Power BI backend works regarding post REST API calls. It's not able to do those. So in order to be able to gather this information that you're showing here as part of the different tabs, we need to make these post calls so that we're leveraging the custom connector.
Okay, and what if my maps are not showing correctly the data? What happens with my dashboard?
So in most of the cases, this has to be with the regional settings in your Power BI application. So we encourage you to, first of all, go to your settings, regional settings, and update them to the English schema, because that's the schema that this type of graphs are leveraging.
Okay, good. And can I configure auto refresh on this Power BI desktop dashboard?
So not yet, not with the current version we have. The product team is working on this, on making this auto refresh available with a different set of infrastructure enabled. But as it is right now, the auto refresh is not an option.
Okay, and can I publish the dashboard to Power BI Online?
No, because the auto refresh won't work either. So if you try to publish that Power BI online, then you will get just a static view of the data, but it won't be able to refresh.
Okay, clear. And last question is, if I have problems running the dashboard, how can I contact the development team?
Well, we really encourage you to, in case you have any issues or in case you have any improvements that we could add to the current solution, to go to our GitHub repository to the issues section and raise there any issues with your suggestions or your problems, and then the team will reach out to you to solve them.
Okay, all clear. Thank you, Margarita.
Thank you, Jordi.